Oh, hello, this is Tak Chung from Walk with Tak. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. If you have any question, please write to me at walkwithtak@gmail.com of any video that I have made in the past. And if you have any video that you would like me to make, please let me know. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. And before I using my fast cooking system, one of the biggest challenge is for me to decide what I want to cook every night. But not anymore. I cook this dish based on what is available to me and what I think my wife would like to eat that night. Now, we haven't had salad for a while, and I happen to have some spinach around. So I decided I'm going to make a spinach salad, but I'm going to combine it with stir frying. Now, one of the reasons that I decided to make a spinach salad is because I have salmon on hand. Now, I purchased 1 pound of salmon that I divided into 3 portions. And I already have salmon 1 portion earlier, and I use it as a traditional stir fry, and I mix it with some sweet potato noodles. Now this is the 2nd portion. So one thing I want to do is that I want to do something very different from the other salmon that I cook. Now this salmon is a cohort salmon. This is a salmon that we really enjoy, and most of the time when you purchase them, you have to buy a 1 pound portion. I purchased from Aldi and they have excellent quality, but I want to use the salmon mainly as a condiment rather than as a main ingredient. And besides, if I can cook it in 3 meals, it will let it go a little bit further. Now, I'm going to cook the salmon using my shallow fry technique. But while I'm cooking the salmon, I decided that I have some thick sliced bacon available. And it would be perfect to cook the bacon together with the salmon, because the salmon takes some time to cook, and I still have a lot of space in my Cuisinart 14-inch stainless steel wok. So I can spread out the bacon, and while I cook the salmon, why not cook the bacon at the same time? Again, I'm not going to use too much bacon. And one of the reasons I decided to use the bacon is that my wife really enjoys bacon, but she would not like to eat too much of them. So when I purchased this bacon, I cut them up into small pieces so I can use them as a condiment, like in this particular case. So altogether, I probably use about 1 strip of bacon. Like everything else, moderation is the best approach. And in this case, I can eat almost anything I want, particularly if I do not overconsume them. Now, most of the time when people eat bacon, they will eat 2 or 3 strips of bacon by themselves. And in this case, we are basically splitting 1 strip of bacon between 2 of us. But on top of that, we're going to have salmon as well. As you can see that the goal in this shallow frying technique is to fry the skin of the salmon, to cause it to blacken. This actually makes the skin of the salmon taste really great. As you can see, the cook time between the bacon and the salmon is almost equivalent, because by the time when I turn the salmon over, I'm almost ready to turn the bacon over too. I want to cook the bacon to a relatively crispy texture, because that will go very well with the spinach. Now, this method actually is a very efficient way. In many ways, it is also very creative. And now, I have never cooked this before. The next step is that I'm going to add some portobello mushroom. Now, the mushroom turned out to be really great for cooking this type of dish. As you notice that I generate a lot of oil, the oil that comes from the salmon, as well as the oil come from the bacon. But the mushroom has this unique capacity in absorbing oil. So by putting in the mushroom, I can basically remove almost all the oil from the salmon and the bacon, and so I can actually make use of this oil. And the oil actually will add great flavor, to the salad. So as you can see, as I stir fry it, most of the oil has been gradually absorbed by the salmon. Now, I'm going to add some additional vegetable to this dish. Now, one vegetable that I'm going to add, some of you might not heard of it or never had it before. It is a vegetable known as bitter melon. Now, when you say bitter melon, you're probably curious that, is it really bitter? Yes, actually it tastes quite bitter. And this bitter melon looks like kind of a interesting appearance. And as you can see in here, that I sliced the bitter melon in half, and in the middle of the bitter melon, it contained the seed. And to remove the seed, I simply take a spoon and I can scrape it completely off. Now, there are two different types of bitter melon. This particular version of bitter melon is called Indian bitter melon. And there's another type of bitter melon which is mainly a Asian or Chinese Japanese bitter melon, which have a smooth exterior. So after I remove the seed, I'm going to cut them up into strips, and that's what I'm going to use it. So I'm going to add it directly to the dish. As you can see in here, that they really have a very unique appearance. Now, the bitter melon turned out to have great nutritional values. The next vegetable I'm going to add is some purple cabbage. Again, the purple cabbage are cut in small pieces, so they're going to cook very rapidly. And the bitter melon also do not require a long cooking time. So by the time when everything is ready, all the ingredients will cook to the texture that I want. The next one is that I add some colored bell pepper. And these are the miniature colored bell pepper. And the colored bell pepper, I usually cut them right before I use them in the cooking. But whereas all the other vegetables, I already have them in my advanced prepping. Okay, the dish is done. Actually, it takes only about 6 minutes. Now I'm going to transfer them over to the salad. I have already added some olive oil into the salad, and so that will give it some nice flavor. But you probably don't have to, because I probably will have some olive oil that or the cooking oil come from the stir-fry dish. Now you notice that I did not season this dish at all. I did not add oyster sauce or hoisin sauce. I did not add my basic seasoning mix because I want everything has the natural flavor. Now the beauty of this dish is that you have multiple ingredients in it, and the combination of these ingredients, the salmon, the spinach, together with the bitter melon, the pepper and the mushroom, all of this will have a rich, complex flavor. So you don't really need to add anything. This will allow you to taste the natural flavor of this dish. And also, I'm not going to use any salad dressing either. So next thing I'm going to add is that I'm going to add some feta cheese. Again, it's something that I happen to have on hand because about a couple of weeks ago, I had a pizza party that I make some pizza for some of my friends using my pizza oven. So I have some extra feta cheese. Now the feta cheese will become the seasoning because the feta cheese has its unique flavor and it will blend really well with the spinach. And now with all the other vegetables in it, it will create a nice rich flavor. And then I also have some Parmesan cheese. These are shredded Parmesan cheese. Again, I have them in my refrigerator already. They are from the pizza party. So you have two kinds of cheese, and both of this cheese will give great flavor. So this dish is by no means an Asian dish at all because there's no Asian flavor in it. No soy sauce, no hoisin sauce, no oyster sauce. Finally, I'm going to garnish the dish with some scallion. Again, I always have them on hand, and I strongly recommend you to always have some scallion on hand because they will add great onion flavor to the dish. So as you can see, with advanced prepping, with stir frying, with template-based cooking, you can create almost any dish you want. You can create whatever combination. And this is a good example. You don't have to use stir frying for Asian dishes. In this case, this is a stir-fry dish that really have no Asian characteristics. Instead, it has a more Italian Mediterranean flavor to it. Okay, I post a video each day to help you to make home cooking as part of your daily routine using my fast cooking system. I want it to be practical, efficient, creative, and fun. So you will never get bored with your home cooking, both in the process as well as in the flavor. So keep on cooking. I will see you tomorrow.